Hi, welcome back everyone. As with before, any questions can be directed to the Q&A tab below. So I'll hand it over now to Alvin from GeTS, and he will talk about the next challenge statement on seeking collaborators to disrupt global trade financing via blockchain. Alvin, please.
Hi, thanks for the quick brief introduction. I will now share some slides, then I'll run through them on our problem statement. Okay, so for this problem statement that we have, we actually have a cloud-based machine learning platform, Callista, that actually does automated financing, payments, and remittance. So for this, we are actually seeking collaborators to actually improve on the current platform and solution that we have. And the only requirement that we have is this proposal by collaborators will need to be compatible with IMDA's trade trust framework and technology. So now I'll quickly run through the current solution that we have, and then any questions on the solution and problem statement, I will take them later on during the Q&A. So just a quick overview on the platform and who our target audience is. So for our platform, we're actually targeting to actually provide financing, automated blockchain financing for our current product, TradeWeb. So for TradeWeb, we have about 1.5K users who are mainly SMEs and freight forwarders. And this product is actually the product that actually does permit declarations to Singapore Customs. And we've realized that it's one of the largest population that actually needs financing, the SME population. And banks actually usually offer loans to them as well, but the period is very long, and they also need a lot more flexibility in the whole process. So that's where we come in and try to plug in a gap in this financing space. So just a quick overview of the profile users that we are targeting, so you get better understanding of our product and our target audience. So for TradeWeb, we have about, we are looking at mainly importers and exporters, about 36K importers, 19K exporters, and we facilitate permit declarations for imports around the region. You can see on my screen a quick breakdown of this trade that flows through our system. So also looking at the type of products, we do all types of products from perishables to oil to commodities as well. And then the breakdown of trade globally, as you can see on the screen on the right hand side. Yeah. So the import amounts, we are looking at very huge amounts. So we also, for our platform, we aim to target a huge variety of financing from small amounts for SMEs to large amounts covered by MNCs. So you can see the import amount goes up to billions. That's the market that we're looking at. Then over to export amounts, the profile is roughly the same into the billions, and actually looking at a wide variety of goods as shared earlier, from perishables to commodities. So now moving on quickly to the product that we have currently is Callista financing platform that actually powered by one of our vendors, Shuttle One, that they are a tech vendor and helps to drive this platform with us. So for this, we aim for the platform to take in applications from various channels directly on the platform, and also integrated solutions from TradeWeb, that's the product and profile users that we are aiming to target, and also directly from our Callista platform. So these various channels, and then what the platform will do is provide automated financing decisions. So we give quotes very quickly to users, less than 72 hours, and automated, so no human intervention throughout this whole process. So users will then be able to look at the offer that we give them and review, and then decide whether to take it up. If they decide to take it up, then the funds will be dispersed to your wallets, and then in this whole financing platform that we have, we will allow them to also handle the wallet where the financing funds go into, and then they can use this to withdraw to the bank accounts or actually remit funds to make payments directly to their suppliers. So this is the product that we're looking to get. It's also integrated with IMDA Trade Trust blockchain solution. So this is with the current platform already integrated with IMDA Trade Trust. We're looking for solutions that also is able to fit in with this whole ecosystem of products where it's all linked together. So all documents actually we're looking for it to be issued in Trade Trust format, and also be able to read and process documents on Trade Trust format. And we also use the Trade Trust framework to actually do verification, legal audit verification, to check with the authenticity and to reduce duplicates on the entire platform. So going to our product, this is a quick overview. So what we do is from risk assessment to data input to a whole area, and we then process the data. So we use OCR technology to process the data. We then feed it through our AI and machine learning model, and then we then give the funds to them. And this is automated via a blockchain. So funds will be outputted in using blockchain's smart contracts and converted to fiat to disperse via the wallets to users. So just a quick note, actually, previously I shared on the collaboration with IMDA Trade Trust. So this solution is what we actually envision to incorporate with Trade Trust, but this area is still work in progress. So definitely, and we also welcome any inputs on how can we better leverage on this Trade Trust framework and blockchain solution. So yeah, so we are still working on this aspect. Okay, so lastly, about the remittance of funds, we also leverage on blockchain technology. So we leverage on the whole network globally. So we are able to disperse funds and remit very quickly. And aside from not the traditional FX network. So this is some mock-up of our product. It's like what I mentioned earlier, similar to the Trade Trust collaboration with IMDA is still work in progress, and some mocks that we have on hand. The dashboard you can see on the left, and then the financing users will submit the financing application. Then they can look at all the applications that they submitted on the dashboard. After that, if they accept the funds from financing that our financiers provide, they can then receive the funds in their wallet, and then make payments with the funds or withdraw it directly to their bank account. So another aspect of this is that users can also top up their wallet and then use the payment solution separately as well. So this solution that we look to have is a few areas for this. So definitely the benefits, we aim to actually have to make loan processing paperless. So now when users seek financing from banks, it is a lot of paperwork, a long process. So we want to make this paperless digital, especially during this current crisis with the COVID. Yeah, so also definitely to make it faster and more efficient, cost effective, because there's no human intervention, we are able to lower the cost down. And also because it's on blockchain technology, there's also visible audit traces and more secure. And definitely, like what I mentioned, because it's automated, we reduce human capital costs. And it's borderless, so our loan disbursements can be anywhere around the world and real time. So these are the benefits that we look to achieve with this platform. Roughly reached the end of the presentation. Any questions you have on this solution, you can reach out to the contact as shared on my screen. Alex, our FinTech Director, and his emails on the screen as well. So now I've reached the end, and I'm willing to take any questions on the statement and solutions.
Okay, thank you so much, Alvin, for your presentation. So let's look at the Q&A tab to see if there are any questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Candice.
No problem. Again, just a gentle reminder to all the attendees and participants, if you have any questions, please direct it to the Q&A tab below, and we will answer most of the questions pertaining to the challenge statement. Thank you. Looks like we do not have any questions for now. We have one question from Mariam. So the question is, currently, is GeTS not using any blockchain technology?
Yes, as a whole, we have other blockchain technologies. You can see on our website, we have a blockchain product called OTB. And that blockchain technology aims to actually place trade documentations on this blockchain. So similar concept to IMDA Trade Trust to verify document authenticity through this whole network. So definitely the solution we have on hand, we're also looking to work together with the current solution we have, the one with IMDA Trade Trust. Yeah.
Perhaps just to clarify, but your present solution, the one that you are looking for in terms of global trade financing, you do not use blockchain at present moment? Would that be then correct to say?
We use blockchain, so the platform is blockchain enabled. We use it for various manners. Firstly, like what I shared on the digital token cross-border remittance. So we use this blockchain technology to actually help us to remit funds globally. And also, we definitely aim to use it with the IMDA Trade Trust framework for document authenticity for trade documentation. Yeah.
Okay, so Alvin, I think I understand from the challenge statement, which I also read through. It was really quite interesting for me as a layperson. In terms of the solution that you are looking for, I understand that this will be a totally new thing for a new solution, right? It will disrupt the whole global trade financing. I think maybe because it is so something that is like a breakthrough kind of thing. I think perhaps may require more clarity and to clarify in terms of the specifics that are required, because I think perhaps it's not so clear to some of the participants how exactly GeTS is looking to collaborate in terms of for this challenge statement.
Yeah, so for this channel statement actually is a very open one. We shared our solution, what the whole process, end-to-end process, and the areas we look to target from remittance to financing, that we need an automated solution.
Is the requirement for us to be specific? Hi, is it required for us to provide a very specific problem statement?
Perhaps Alvin, you can take that. Would you? Oh, sorry, that's Alex. Alex is from GeTS as well. Yeah. So perhaps you, for the participants, perhaps you can seek greater clarity in terms of what you would like.
Because there are two options. Yeah, the two options. First, we kept it open-ended for people to give us a sense of how they want to improve this product based on our architecture that we've presented. That is more like a hackathon. So for example, City Mobile Challenge, DBS hackathons, they may not pose specific problems. They just pose an architectural problem, and then you can see how you want to solve those. We call it the open banking hackathons, right? And then if you prefer for us to give you specific problems, we can, and we can do it right now, but I meant to keep it a bit broader. So will you let me know whether it is supposed to be broad or it's supposed to be narrow? I can provide either.
I think, Alex, maybe if I can, on behalf of the participants, perhaps it also would be useful to provide some specifics in terms of what GeTS is looking for. So, okay, I guess at least a few parameters, so it's clearer to the participants what GeTS is looking for. Okay,
so you want us to be a bit more specific, is it?
Perhaps you can give some examples of what some specifics. Of course, that is not all-encompassing, but just some examples to.
Okay. Okay. Right. One specific problem is how do we assess decentralized financial assets? The short-term name is Delphi, DEFI, decentralized financing. How can legitimate assets of what we presented be connected to a decentralized platform so that one day everyone can fund all these legitimate trade financing deals without going through a typical banking situation? So that would be one, a more value-adding angle that I can think of.
Okay, I think that is helpful to some of the participants in terms of getting a bit more clarity in terms of what is required. And I do note again that that is just an example of what you have given. Maybe let's look at some of the other questions that we have. I think we have a follow-up question from Mariam earlier. So in terms of the blockchain, she's asking, are you looking at Ethereum or any other types?
Ethereum has its benefits in that it is a mature protocol that is capable of smart contracts. That is not the same as other protocols. So we can see that recent hyped up cryptocurrencies like the DAI, MakerDAO's DAI, they typically follow a choice, and that's Ethereum.
Okay.
From a policy point of view, it's hard to comment on the broadness and the benefits of Ethereum, but from a decision-making process, we tend to see a lot more adoption of Ethereum. When it comes to decentralized finance, quite possibly because it provides a lot more alternatives through its smart contract. Cannot say the same for Bitcoin, the basic Bitcoin. We can say that we have seen a lot of people selecting that. To be direct to the question, no, we don't have to. We look at options.
Thank you, Alex. I think we have another question, which is asking what are the problems you're facing now? And I know in terms of the challenge statement, you all have previously stated in terms of global trade financing, it's highly dependent on human interaction and it's not technologically advanced. So perhaps you could elaborate on that and maybe some of the other problems that you are facing.
Okay. If you have applied for a loan online with a bank, you typically see frictions such as wet signature on starting an account, matching your account signature to that digital ones. You probably see a lot of functions and services that needs to be served at the counter prior to COVID-19. Post COVID-19, a lot of them are forced to be just pure digital. Then you see problem statements like USD Singapore bank to USD another Singapore bank takes more than 24, sometimes 48 hours. But the problem is solved when we use crypto, for example, to send $1 million worth of a digital token to someone else. It's a few seconds. We have benefits of those speed when it comes to fast transactions in Singapore because it is local currency to local currency. So those I just mentioned are 2 to 3 frictions that I thought that is good for participants to do own self research. You Google friction banking, you see 10 articles. So solve any of them in a well-regulated Singapore, you will solve a lot of problems in ASEAN.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Let's just see whether we have any more questions. We don't have any more questions for now. Let's just give it a few seconds to see if any more questions will come in. Once again, we encourage all the participants to ask questions in the Q&A tab below, and please take the chance to clarify with GeTS while they're here right now. Okay, I think there are no further questions for now. So thank you very much, Alex and Alvin. I think, as I mentioned, for the participants, if you have any future questions for GeTS Asia, be it for the earlier challenge statement or the present challenge statement, so please direct them to tcc2020@enterprisesg.gov.sg, and we will forward them to GeTS Asia. I think we also look forward to receiving all your submissions by 15 September 2020. And now let me just invite Alvin, Eliana, as well as Alex, if you have any concluding statements that you would like to share with the participants of your briefing. Perhaps you want to elaborate a bit on the challenge statements that you have mentioned before. Thank you. So perhaps can we invite Alex first if you have any concluding statements that you would like to share with the participants today?
I don't have Alvin. Go ahead, Alvin, if any.
Yep. So we welcome any solution. You can look at our product, and then we welcome. We want to make it open, definitely to make it to let you guys be creative. So think of any ways that you can help us, and then propose, and then yeah, it'll be very helpful to everyone.
Okay, thank you. Liana, please.
Yeah, I think likewise from our side, so we do not limit to just simply WeChat or WhatsApp. So any creative ideas, we welcome it. That's the purpose of why we want to put this challenge in this avenue.
Okay, thank you very much, Alvin, Alex, as well as Liana. I think the key that we want for GeTS Asia is that we want a strong, there's a strong team on creativity, and so we do encourage in terms of all the proposals to be creative and think out of the box and see how you can solve this challenge statement. So thank you for all of you for your comments. So we will conclude the session for GeTS Asia right now.